What's up, everybody? My name is Solince, and everything I'm about to tell you happened quite recently. As a matter of fact, it happened last month, and I almost didn't want to make a story out of this because I'm a fucking idiot and it shouldn't have happened, but I might as well tell you and get this over with. But last month, I was having a pretty shitty Wednesday. It was Wednesday, it was raining, so that was bad. I had to go into work out of nowhere when I was supposed to be off. So I go into work, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a dishwasher, and let me tell you right now that that's a very limited title for as much as I actually do where I work. But I walk into the place, it's a fucking chaotic mess. There's dishes everywhere. Apparently the guy who was supposed to be there in the morning didn't show up. So there was morning dishes they did when I showed up. It was chaos. So it was already a shit day, and I'm trying to get through it best I can. And like I said, it was raining all day, and someone took out one of the utility carts. Now with the utility carts, I'm supposed to take out the garbage with them because the dumpster is a good, I don't know, 20, 30 feet away from the actual building, just so the smell doesn't bother anyone there. So we have to drive to it. The utility cart that someone put out was not for rainy days. It had no roof on it. It had no rain protection on it. It was just wide open, so it was just soaked and covered in rainwater, and it's not good. Now, this is where I'm a fucking idiot. I got to the point where I could take out garbage, so I decided to do so. And when I got out there, everything was soaked. Like I said, the fucking garbage was soaked, the cart was soaked. So I loaded up the cart with as much as I could and decided I'm not going to sit on this fucking thing because whenever it gets wet, it smells horrendous. And I'd rather not go back into the building smelling like mildew and rainwater. So instead, like a smartass, I decided to kind of stand on it a little bit. I had one knee on the seat and the other leg spread out to the brake and the acceleration. Oh boy. Now, whoever had the cart before I showed up faced the cart the wrong way. It was facing towards the building. The dumpster is all the way at the other end of the parking lot. So I have to fucking turn it all the way around somehow while standing on it in order to get over there. So I backed this thing up in a way that I could get it straight. And then I'm like, alright, now I just have to slowly drive over there. I start driving it while standing on it. And then I hit a bump. And my fucking foot slips off of the gas and slides directly in between the gas and the brake. And now my foot's caught. And the way it's caught, it's pressing on the gas as hard as fucking possible. So I'm starting to speed up and I'm panicking. So I turn because I'm heading towards the building, which isn't great. And by the time I got my foot caught, I couldn't hit the gas in time. So I tried to turn it away from the building. And I smashed the cart in the side of a customer's car. And I mean hard. And when I smashed into it, I flew off the cart, slammed my leg into the dashboard of the cart itself, and then slammed my shoulder and my back into the car itself and rolled off the hood of the cart. Immediately into the parking lot and immediately started freaking the fuck out. So I'm walking in circles in the parking lot trying to figure out how I'm going to explain this to my manager, and four dudes who were just so happened to be standing there for some fucking reason show up and said, what the hell happened? Now, the great part about this is the guy who owned the fucking car in the first place was with them. And I was like, do you know whose car this is? He's like, it's mine, and you fucked it up. What were you doing? And I tried to explain to him, without telling him that I was fucking standing on it, of course, that my foot slipped and everything, and I don't think he gave a shit. He was being pretty chill about the whole situation, but I could tell he was mad. It was weird. I've never seen a face like this man's before. It was angry and chill at the same time, and that's kind of creepy. But he proceeded to ask me like really stupid questions, like was I drinking on the job? No. Was I texting? I don't have a phone. I really don't have a phone. I have like this fucking 2009 BlackBerry. It's a piece of shit, and like just a bunch of other stupid questions. And then I had to go in, grab my general manager, and show him what happened. Now somehow I hit the car directly in the middle on the side of it, so that was like in between the fucking passenger seat door and the back seat door. So it looked like a T, and my manager focused on that more than anything. Like I purposely tried to ram this dude's car or something, and he's fucking yelling at me and shit. And he's telling me not to touch anything. He takes pictures and shit and goes back into the building. And then I take that cart back, and then I hit the desk again. I take that cart back to the cart barn, and then I grab the cart that you're supposed to have out there whenever it's fucking raining. I do garbage. At this point, my leg's starting to hurt. I let everyone know, by the way, that my leg is fucked up. But a few of them tell me to keep working anyway, or my manager's going to be pissed that I want to go home. So I do. Later on in the day, I start taking out more garbage, and my manager comes out back. Now, I didn't know this at the time, so I lied to his fucking face and told him that I wasn't standing on it. He comes out and he starts yelling at me. He's like, now, were you sitting and you just slipped, or were you fucking standing on the cart? And I'm like, I was sitting. He's like, no, you were fucking standing on the cart. I saw you. I have cameras everywhere. I see what you guys do. You're standing on the fucking cart. He's like, you could have just told me the truth. Now I have to fix the report to the insurance company. And yes, I'm fucking retarded for doing this. And I was like, so what do you want to do? Are you going to fire me or what? He was like, no, I'm not going to fire you. Just don't fucking lie to me. And he went back into the building, and I kind of felt like shit about it. But the next day was fun as well. I called off of work because it got to the point where I couldn't actually move my leg properly. And I was just going to chill out that day. It wasn't like super serious. I just couldn't move my leg properly, so I was going to chill out. And the chef there decided, yeah, it's fine, whatever, and he didn't care. However, my general manager called and started to fucking grill me and saying that he wants a fucking doctor's note. Yes, a doctor's note, because I'm still in fucking high school and that's what's required for anything. But yeah, he wanted a fucking doctor's note about the whole situation and about my leg and everything. So I had to set up an appointment. Couldn't do that because it was a work-related accident and I needed to have papers for it. So I called the manager back about it, and he tells me, oh, because I didn't tell him the day of, that it doesn't count. And I'm like, that's not how it works. At least not here. That's not how it works. And yeah, that's just great. So my girlfriend's pissed at me. She's yelling at me about the whole situation. She's kind of like a nurse. She knows what the fuck she's talking about, and that my manager's an idiot. And we set up a doctor's appointment at a free clinic, and I was just gonna fucking pay for it. Well, the dude at the free clinic, who's an awesome guy, by the way, don't think he'll ever see this video, but if he does, you're a fucking boss. But he's like, I'm not gonna let you pay for this. It's like, there is no way I'm gonna let you pay for this. You have to tell your manager that their company has to pay for it. It happened at work. You can't not pay for it because it was a work-related accident. It is in their hands to do so. You were on the clock, weren't you? And I was like, yeah. He was like, well, it's their fucking problem. So call them, let them know, and if they still try and deny it, we can go through with the appointment and everything, but we're sending them the bill. Straight up. I'm like, fine. So I call my manager. I tell him he's pissed. He didn't yell at me, but I could tell he was pissed by the tone of his voice. He just told me to get the paperwork from them and take it over there that day. So after the doctor's appointment and everything was finished, I got the paperwork. I went over there to my job and I handed him the paperwork, and he got pissed off at me because he couldn't understand the doctor's chicken scratch. Like, honestly, I couldn't read it either, but he got pissed off at me about it. I'm sorry, what? Most doctors write like this, and I don't understand why, but it looks like gibberish. And you're not going to blame me for that shit. So I just blew it off. I was like, I don't know, that's how she writes. And he was like, fine, whatever. So I left. I got 2 days off, and I went back to work. And got grilled by like everyone. And by grilled, I mean they weren't pissed off at me. They just made fun of me. Like the maintenance crew for that place called me crash and burn for a fucking week. But yeah, that's how I fucked up at work. And no, not a great experience. I'm lucky I didn't get fired. But that's all I have for today. If you want to hear anything else, please subscribe. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.